met Trump in September of 2016.
It would be hard to stretch the smile any further on Brian Panabecker's face while showing off his prized possession.
It's a great photo. I mean, how many people get their picture taken with, what eventually became the President of the United States?
Like many of the Trump faithful, Panabecker drapes himself in red, white, and blue, and has 100% bought into the claim that Trump is there to help him and all blue-collar workers in Michigan, a state Trump carried in 2016 by only 10,000 votes.
Show up and vote on November 8th.
We're used to working. We're used to getting up early, putting work boots on, and going to work. We're not used to sitting at home and not being allowed to leave our homes.
And you can label the Ford Motor Worker among those highly critical of COVID response recommendations of Dr. Anthony Fauci and other leading health officials. Panabecker argues he suffered through the economic shutdown far too long.
The experts were wrong. All of the models that they told us about thousands and thousands of people overwhelming the healthcare systems in different cities did not happen. So Trump was right. The experts were wrong.
But the COVID crisis continues and is spiking in areas. Many people were also upset when Trump toured a Michigan auto plant converted to make ventilators and refused to wear a mask. Trump dismissed Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer's strict lockdown order, calling Whitmer that woman from Michigan.
I did wear it the first day that I was at work.
After being furloughed for nearly 3 months, Panabecker and thousands of others just came back to work at this Ford plant. But now, they enter through a tent as a precaution against COVID-19 and have their temperature checked. Once inside the factory, they find plexiglass partitions at tables and greater separation between workstations.
There are legions of people across the state of Michigan, just like Brian Panabecker. People who are critical of the mandates over the past several months that shut down businesses and fueled the nation's economic crisis, as well as measures that force people to wear masks in an effort to stop the spread of the virus and protect those most vulnerable. To them, this is just the latest fight in the ongoing battle between government and people's rights.
Are you too scared?
Citizens carrying rifles and other weapons at Michigan's capital while protesting the COVID lockdown raised a lot of questions around the world, while people tried to make sense of the connection between guns and the virus. Panabecker was at this protest, and like Trump, he blames the media.
They always try to turn things around and make it look like us carrying guns at the Capitol was some type of crime. It's not. We're actually allowed to carry weapons there, even inside our Capitol building.
Panabecker labels himself a political activist, and after being on Trump bandwagon in 2016, he expects Trump's political opponents to go after the president for his slow response to the COVID crisis. But in Panabecker's mind, there was nothing slow about it. In his words, he expects Democrats to overplay their hand.
Sure, we could all stay in our houses for another year until there's a vaccine and there's therapeutic treatments for this, but when we came back out, there wouldn't be any business. There wouldn't be jobs to go back to.
While Trump's most loyal supporters are unwavering in their support, COVID cases are dramatically spiking in Florida, Texas, and Sunbelt states in the U.S. Southwest. And if it turns into a full-blown second wave, political analysts expect it to become a major campaign issue, and perhaps one that all the red hats in the nation won't be able to overcome. Sean Caleb's, CGTN, Detroit, Michigan.